weep, grana weep, nitty bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to be taking a look at the MB-13 Ace Hitter. So this is Fanshobby's take on Go Shooter, and I'm super hyped to be reviewing this one. I love Super God MASTERFORCE as a series. For those of you who don't know, it's the follow-up to where G1 ends. In Japan, it didn't end. So they had the Headmasters, and then after Headmasters, they had Super God MASTERFORCE. So as always, let's start off by taking a look at the box. The box is pretty cool. The box has some nice little elements to it. It's got nice product shot there of Ace Hitter himself in bot mode, and then we also get it in the car mode, and we get some little minifigures, obviously, because these are also Headmasters. We get Fanshobby written down in the corner. We get some actual size. At the top, we just get Ace Hitter and a barcode. At the back, we get all of the different bots, all the different variations, and then we get a really cool, very much G1 kind of style and inspired piece here with all the figures that they've released so far. So you can see they have released a lot of figures so far. I have some of them, but not all. And then it says Fanshobby, collect them all. We see the car mode, the power, junior power driver, close, cockpit, for the junior driver to sit on. We get optional faceplates, and then Ace Hitter on the side, a little mode there, and then at the bottom we get a picture of the police car. On the inside of the box, something I've never realized before is we get a little definition of what Master Builder is. So Master Builder series, to offer transforming robot fans long waiting characters with new concept interpretation, also to bring collectible figures to a new extended dimension. Nice. With the box we also get a beautiful little card which has Ace Hitter on the front, and then on the flip side we get all of his power stats. So we get strength, wisdom, speed, courage, firepower, endurance, and tactics. Nice. These cards, as always with Fanshobby, not like some of the ones we get with the third parties where they're all nice plastic and laminated. This is very cardboardy and a little bit, it feels a little bit like a playing card, if I'm honest. Also, we get the destructions, and the destructions are in this mode here. So the destructions are in a worksheet format, my favorite format. Destructions on this are great, and unfortunately this dude does come with stickers. The stickers on this are not bad, but they are the paper stickers rather than the vinyl stickers. So as you can see, I've used some of them. I'm not going to use all of them. I'm just going to use the ones that I really want to put on there, but they are the paper ones. As always, I will see how long they last, but you can see you can even stick things on the face here to make them look nice. I'm not a big fan of stickers, not at all. First we check the box, now we check the bot inside, and this is a beautiful rendition of the Toyota Supra, I believe. So the Toyota that is in fact a police car. You can see some of the stickers that I've put on. Luckily this is printed on, so you don't have to worry about that. This is also printed. The only additional stickers I've kind of stuck on here is just these ones at the back. I don't feel I need any more stickers on mine. Overall, this thing holds together exceptionally well. Love the blue tinted out glass there at the front. Love the kind of translucent detailing here on the back as well. This isn't stickered detailing, this is translucent. Very, very nice. The hubcaps are super shiny and the tires are rubberized. The plastic feels great. It actually feels a lot sturdier than Minerva. You can check out my review for Minerva. Even in this mode, everything basically that was wrong with Minerva they looked at that and they altered for this. I have to say they've done an exceptional job here. Rolls very, very well, even on my super slippy floor, because of course the thing has rubber tires. We have storage for weaponry here and here, so that's super cool as well. And also, gotta love this, gotta love the fact that the lights here do open up. Shame there is no lights actually on it. That would be my only thing to alter on this, that these actually lit up, but they do go up and they do go down. Overall, this thing is great. This would be nice if it went as well. If that had some lights on it, that would also make it slightly better. But I have to say that super impressed with this. He is a headmaster, so of course he has to come with his headmaster companion, who is Go Shooter, or Ace Hitter, whichever one you want to call it, because in Super God Master Force they are Transtectors, not headmasters. So this is the figure that we get, and it's nice. It is really cool. It's very similar, almost identical apart from the colorization, to the one we got with Minerva, but you know, versus the one I got with Minerva, I can move this dude's legs and his leg doesn't fall off. So that is absolutely fantastic. I can move his arms, nothing falls apart. He feels a lot sturdier. I don't know if I got a really dodgy Minerva, but this dude holds together exceptionally well. He also, and we'll take a look at his articulation properly in a second, but he also, actually, let's do it now. Let's take a look at this dude's articulation. Now, articulation on this dude is, you get a little bit of there and a little bit there. So, nice little piece of articulation there. A little bit of up and down as well. You can just about feel that it moves with your foot. You'll get a full 360 here at the arm and a little bend at the elbow. A little bit of a bend at the elbow. Will it? Yeah, a little bit of a bend. Not too much of a bend. Don't want to overextend that. You'll get all the way to the back and all the way to the front, and then his knee will overextend due to the transformation as well. He'll come out a little bit at the hips. Just be very careful when you're getting these hips apart. Just make sure that it doesn't come off these little spurs that it has there. But overall, very nice. You can see all the transformation piece at the back, and there is a separate piece that goes on to form the top of the head, and I'll show that to you in a second. But this dude can actually fit in the car, so what you need to do here to get him into the car is just grab the front section, put this up, which will open that, put his feet into this position, and then so you just push him in like that, stick him back, and then put the lid down, and there we go. He will sit inside the car as well, so you've got storage for him there, and that is absolutely fantastic. So you can store everything inside it in this mode. He's just a cool little dude, you know. He can kind of sit there and kind of lean up against his ride, kind of look all cool. Nice, really cool set. So let's do a quick comparison here. I'm not going to use Minerva's head or Athena's head from Fanshobby, because I'm not going to transform that for this review. My Minerva, I don't like transforming it. Same with my power base, because, well, power base is too difficult all the time. Mine, it's a nightmare to get back into the robot mode. But also my Minerva, the head is very much stuck in there, which is one of my original challenges with the figure, and I'm scared of damaging it, and I don't want to damage it anymore, so it won't be getting transformed. So what we'll do is we will compare this dude to Haikyuu. In fact, this is my favorite minifigure that I have in my collection. This dude is absolutely awesome. You can see that he stands a little bit bigger, and he is a much better quality figure. You can see that they do share points of articulation. This one has another point of articulation, but they do share some kind of molding. The arms are very similar, but overall, this dude is just much better and a little bit bigger, but he should be, because he's more grown up than these little kids that were on there. So what we'll do for the car then, when it comes to having a little bit of comparison here, I'll compare it to a Siege Lambo. So we can see here with Red Alert, you can see he's much bigger. So this is more kind of on your maybe Masterpiece size scale versus your Siege ones. So if you're thinking, oh, I'll get this to go with some of those Siege ones, it's not really going to fit in with those from a size point of view. Alright, so transformation time now. So the first thing we're going to do is just remove these weapons, because otherwise they might just get in the way of the transformation later on. So we'll take a look at these later on. Okay, so step one, closed. Make sure you've got these lights down and then lift up this section here. Once you have this section lifted up here, this is where we're going to untab. There's some big tabs that are just here, and we're going to kind of crack it open a little bit like an egg type affair, because these need to come out of the tabs. So kind of separate and bring it down. There we go. Like this. And then at the back as well, you're going to just maneuver that and then bring it down. There we go. So there we go. We have something that looks a little bit like that. At this point, we're going to fold in the door, and we're going to fold in the door. So the doors are folded in and just kind of hanging down, just hanging out a little bit. Next up, we'll flip this around and then separate these two sections here. All right, now that we have those separated, you want to untab the foot that's there, and then just untab the foot here as well. This will just make sure that everything then comes a little bit loose. So we now come round to the bottom bit, and this section here, we'll just angle this down and angle this down. With both of those at the side, angle this out, and then also you can angle this piece out and rotate the whole leg section out. And then we can also bring this out and rotate the whole leg section out. So you've got something that looks a little bit like this. So then we're going to look at these feet. And what we're going to do is just position these feet correctly now. So if we bring everything up, you'll see there's a little bit that sticks out just there. And there's a little tab for it to kind of rub up against there. So angle it in, up, and then once it's there, move this forwards like that, and that will lock everything into place. Fold this down, fold this up, and then we can bring this section in. You want to, this wing mirror actually just folds in to there, so it'll go in really nicely once you get it into the right position. So once you find that right position, just get it there, move it across, and then slide that in. You'll hear that really satisfying click once it clicks in. And then just do the same on the other side. So fold it up, bring that bit down, fold this across. This goes all the way up, and then you'll see, and then that will just clip in. And that is the legs fully transformed. And if you know anything about Minerva and the problems that we had with here, awesome, well done, Fanshobby. That is a huge tick in the great box for you, because they stay unlike Minerva's. Next up, we're going to sort his little tootsies out. So just get your nail in there and then spin it around. And the same with this one, get your nail in, and then it's a matter of just spinning that section around, so you can see then that what we have is a nice looking leg section with some cool feet at the front. Coming up top now, we're going to start to work on the top of this, so it's just a matter of separating this and then also separating this section, yeah, there we go, from the back section here, which will just move all this out so that it can all work a little bit nicer. There we go. Move the two arms out the way, and then you can just keep that just there out the way. We'll do some magic with that in a second. Let's just work on these arms, because these arms are a little tricky. Alright, so working on the arms now, and you've got a tab here and a tab here, so just untab and untab, and then rotate the arm, the back of the arm anyway, rotate this around to this section here and pull it to the back. Then you can unfold the hand and then bring the hand down like so. Then this section here is going to be able to kind of rotate out, and then this bit will go down, and then this is where you want it to kind of sit like this, kind of with the wheel. So you should end up with something that looks a little bit like this. So to repeat that again, on this side, you rotate it out, bring the arm down, pull the arm out as well at the same time, push this hand around, then while rotating this out of the way, like I said, this bit is the bit where it gets a little bit tricky. Rotate that around and then collapse the back in like that, and then bring it down so it's kind of flat against them. Then you can do some messing with it later on, but for now we'll just leave it quite tight in. But what you're looking at from the back is for this angle to be down and across. That is pretty much how you want it to look. Then this section here at the back, rotate this round, and this section, rotate that around as well. Let's just bring this down, and then these bits, if you have Minerva, then you know about this as well. These bits need to slot into the back to form the back piece here, and they do that very easily on this. You can now shut that piece there, because that no longer needs to be there like that. These two sections here at the top, they can be maneuvered down, and then also can be maneuvered down to remove that piece for the head. Only thing that remains is this section here. This will rotate round like that, just to give it a much smoother looking back. So that's the actual Transtector transformed, and now we'll move on to the little dude itself. So transformation for Go Shooter's head is very, very, very simple. All we do is maneuver that section back, and then the feet kind of fold in on themselves. Kind of classic, really, transformation for a headmaster. And then this section here, so it is a little bit of a parts former, but it is worth it just for that awesome look is there. And then these two hands just connect there on the side. There's the head, so we can go, so we just connect the head on like this. MASTERFORCE, there we go. And with very, very little amount of force, we have Ace Hitter, Go Shooter. So here we have Ace Hitter, aka Go Shooter, in all of his bot glory, and I am really happy to say that every single issue that they had with Minerva or Athena is fixed on this. This is an absolutely gorgeous figure. Everything holds together. The transformation is actually fun. That is the first time I think I've ever transformed a Fans Hobby figure, and at the end of it I've said, well, that was fun. I didn't feel like I was going to break myself or break the figure itself. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Fans Hobby. You must have learned from some feedback, I guess, that you got around Minerva, because especially on the legs, they have fixed so much. Absolutely gorgeous. And look at this dude. I have not applied all the stickers, as I said I wasn't going to, but look at him. Even without all the stickers, I think this is an absolutely beautiful bot. This blue is stunning. It's not painted, it's like a molded plastic blue. It's beautiful. The detailing here on the face, if we bring him in for a little look on his little head sculpt, this is an absolutely incredible face. He does come with 2 faceplates. I'll show you the other faceplate in a bit, but it's so cool. Really gorgeous looking red visor there as well. The arms there, as we move down, the shoulders just rotate nicely and give enough freedom to have some flexibility when it comes to posing as well. But the transformation, as I said, was great, and he does look very, very show accurate. We get some articulated hands, which we'll look at later on as well, with plenty of molded detailing. Some molded detailing and some stickering detailing. Those paper stickers though, after one transformation, you can see they're wanting to kind of remove themselves a little bit, so I don't think they're going to last very long. But personally, I've only put the ones on that I think add a little bit. I still think he looks fantastic even without. The legs have lots of very nice molded detailing on it, as well as do the back. The back is pretty smooth and nice as well. That's something I'm very happy with. I do like my bots to look good from the back as well as the front, and this is a great looking bot. Now let's take a quick look at this dude's articulation, and we'll start with the head. And you'll get not really a full, well, you will get a full 360, yeah. Just be very careful that you're not going to scratch up the head that's inside that little plastic thing. I don't know what's moving there. I know it is done on the neck, so hopefully it should be okay. But you'll get some quite nice up and down here, so he will hold some very good poses. On the arms, you may need to maneuver this around a little bit just to get the right positioning and poses that you want. You can lock this down like that, and even with that down, you'll get a full 360 this way. Move this out, you'll get a nice arm extension there, and you'll get a nice slightly over 90 degrees extension there, and then you'll also get some rotation on the arm as well as you want. Hand articulates in 1, 2 places, 3 places. So really looks like it should articulate there at the fingers, but it doesn't. Also, you get some thumb articulation and the hands on a full 360 swivel. You'll get some nice kind of little bits of rocker here on the abs, and you'll get some ab twist as well. What you always have to make sure with these figures though is that this bit doesn't just pop out. This one seems very secure. Minerva's, from what I'm remembering, does pop out a little bit, certainly on mine, but these ones seem very secure. On the legs, you'll get all the way to the front and all the way to the back. Move this out, get a little bit more. No, all the way out to the side. You'll get some thigh swivel, and then you'll also get a little bit of knee bend. Not a lot, but it is there. They have kind of thought about it a little bit. The knee actually articulates at 2 locations, so you can try and get out a bit more. The toes also articulate, so you'll get some rocker and you'll get some articulation there. Alright, so a couple of awesome additions that they do on this as well is this section here does come forwards, and we can see his kind of energy level, power level. So anyone who had a Headmaster back in the late 80s will remember that you put the head in and then these dots come up. Of course, with this one though, unfortunately, that when you do remove the head, it doesn't exactly go down. So it's not exactly like the UK, the old ones, unfortunately. And I do have to say that I am starting to see, I have removed the head quite a few times, and if you see the back of the head here, I am starting to see some little bits of paint damage. I don't know how well there, you can just see it there. I am starting to see some paint damage there, which I did think was going to be an issue with this, because it does grip in there very well. I probably removed this head 6-7 times now, probably, and I'm starting to see some wear and tear on this blue paint. That is a real shame. So next up, we'll take a look at the accessories, and we remember that they were all kind of folded up like this. We're just going to fold it out to make more of a gun, and then the the handle of the gun is really buried deep in here, so you have to kind of go in and grab that like that. So the gun looks like that. It's nice. No paint on it or anything, just some nice black but with molded detail. Same with this one. Bing, and then grab it out. Then this tab here, you'll see it's got a little tab on it there, and then the tab will just go into the hand. So the tab just there fits into the hand just like this. There's a little hole in the hand, and then we just click that in and the hand will grip it. And then we can just do the same on the other side. So the hand goes in and then it just grips it, or it'll try and grip it. Yeah, there we go. Just grips it in. Over it goes. And there he is with his two guns. I think it looks good. I think these twin guns here kind of really do look pretty good. He's superposable when he can hold his gun. When you don't knock it out of his hand, bless him. Stick it back in. Stick it back in. Yeah. Right. And then there we go. So he's kind of superposable, really, and he does look great with those two guns in full effect there. Yeah, I like it. He's strong. I like it. He's a strong figure. Nice. Alright, so now time for the comparison. And let's start off with the comparison between this figure and Minerva, or aka Athena. So Athena in this mode is okay. It's pretty good. Looks absolutely fantastic, but it has a whole load of challenges that this figure has definitely fixed. First of all, for me, Athena had some real challenges around the kind of feet area. It was overly complicated. The back section here doesn't really tab in. The tabs are really small. This one for me is okay. I had to use some fix-it on this one to make it work correctly. The back piece as well, you know, they've really fixed the back piece on this. This one comes off, you have to remove it. It's in all different sections. Oh dear, it's a real challenge. On this one, obviously it's one section and works a lot better than Athena. My Athena here as well, the biggest challenge I have at the moment is this head. This head does not want to come off. It doesn't want to come out of this section at all. And I really don't want to lose the head. So for me, this is completely untransformable at the moment because I don't want to risk taking this head off. I know they said use Vaseline, do all kinds of things, but that is pretty well stuck in there, where with this one I can remove it and put it back in, and I feel a lot safer with this one. So this versus this, absolutely fantastic job. Well done at learning from all the mistakes that we made with this one. I'm really making sure that this one holds together well. Pulling the camera way back here so you can see how he stands next to Powerbaser. He is a little taller than Minerva, obviously. Athena, sorry, whichever one you want to call it. But, you know, they're about the same height if you include Minerva's kind of arm bits here. You can see they're about waist height to Powerbaser or Jinrai, whichever one you want to call it. And again, this, for me, lots and lots of challenges with this dude. Feel free to watch my video on that. But this dude, yeah, really cool, really nice. Then finally, we will bring in the Earthrise version of Red Alert so we can see the Earthrise version of Red Alert here is only about waist high to him, so he's much bigger than that. So final thoughts on this dude, and would I recommend you pick him up? And simple answer is yeah, hell yeah. I love it when a company finally releases a product that is absolutely spot on, fixes all of the mistakes that they've made in the past with similar figures, and brings out an absolute banger. And this for me is the best Fanshobby figure in my collection. It's an absolute banger banger. It's a joy to transform, and I don't feel like it's going to fall apart on me. I love it. Well done, Fanshobby. This has definitely given me the confidence to go and pre-order Cab and really look forward to it instead of thinking, oh, it's just going to be a nightmare. Well done, Fanshobby. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!